Hey everybody, how's it going? Today today is Saturday, November 25th, 2017, and I fully intend on getting this video up in a reasonable time frame. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right now I'm on my way to work because there's a football game. Go us. And then afterwards, I've got a whole bunch of stuff here to put onto the Ranger. I've got new mirrors, I've got new headlights, I've got a plastic trim piece thing, which I have to order another one because I noticed the one on the passenger side is cracked too. I've got a toolbox to mount in. Oh shit! I've got a back rack that I've already mounted, but I need to take it off, paint it, then put it back on. I also want to give the inside of this a good cleaning because I've been smoking again, so I want to get the smell out. And I've only got 4 cigarettes left, so you know, I said once I'm done with this pack, or December 1st, which I'm going to be done with this pack first, then I'll quit again. But until those 4 are gone, well, I'm still a smoker. Oh, I also got a PA speaker too. To hook to the CB, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Hey, get out of the way! Hey, good looking! Oh boy, I'm gonna have some fun with that. I'll probably get in trouble with it, but who cares? Like I said, it's for fun. Alright, we're back. As you can see, this is the rack that I bought. It's a homemade unit. I got this hole drilled out and I got this hole drilled out. The problem with this hole, and it's on both sides, is as you can see there's that there, and the hole goes down, down there, and I have no way to get any hardware in there. So unless I was to tap it out and then just screw a bolt in there and have that hold it in, I'm not going to be able to use these holes here. So I spray painted both sides this hole in the front to mark where I'm going to drill next, but I can't just drill it as it is. I have to take the rack off because this is in the way of the drill bit. I tried to mark the center so that it's approximate. Can't see it with the light, but yeah, so I'm about to take this off. This is the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take this off, pressure wash it, because it's all covered in like just yucky stuff, and then I'm going to leave it in the bay all the way down there to dry, and while it's drying I'll do something else. Alright, so I got this hole drilled, got that one over there drilled. This one I'm not sure how well it's going to work because underneath the way they did this, they folded the metal, and over here it kept catching the drill bit. So it shows up a lot more dramatic than it actually is on camera, but it's not going to be easy to just run something straight through, so I might have to use a smaller bolt, but whatever, at least it'll be secure. The way I had it mounted before with using these back holes, it was on there, but it would wiggle, so I don't want it to wiggle. So bolts front and the back, and yeah, so then that'll take care of that. the next step is going to be to do the toolbox, but I'm going to wait to do the toolbox because I need a break from the drill. The drill was pissing me off with this hole. So what I'm going to do now is this piece of trim, as you can see, is busted loose and there's a screw missing, but oh well. I might rob one from the other side because I just noticed today that the one on the other side is busted too. It's going to need replacing, but yeah, what I'm going to do here is I believe it's a Phillips head. I believe it's a Phillips head to remove these, and so I'm going to take this out, hopefully not break any screws. I've got another one over there that I'm going to put in, and it'd be nice if it came with screws, but I don't think it did. Then have this taken care of, and I'll vacuum, of course, all my food and dirt and all that fun stuff. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing next. Okay, I don't know what this is called, but I just spent a solid hour looking for this damn thing so that I could blow out the screw heads of all the dirt. And I've come to the conclusion that the screws are too rusty to get any of these screwdrivers in. And really, they're so rusty that I'm not sure I want to mess around with them. So, what I'm going to have to do is come up with an alternate way of getting this taken care of. I could just duct tape it. I think I tried it before and it didn't work. The screws on the other side are much better shape. They are Phillips, despite it looking like these two in particular are riveted in. They're not. They are just really super rusty. So I'm going to have to put this on hold tonight. Let's see what else is going to stop me. It really pays to have your tools organized because it's now almost 8 o'clock and I've wasted a lot of time just messing around with this. Oh, someday, I tell you, I'll have my own little shop to work in because this is stupid. Alright, well, this was going pretty smooth for most of the time. What happened was I've got the old mirror off, which is right there. The new mirror is on the bench over there. I'll bring it over in a minute. There's 3 bolts that hold it in. They are 12 millimeter if I remember correctly, and you have to use a deep socket. And well, what happened is you got to be super careful removing them, and unfortunately they're not just like regular nuts. So you have to either get them balanced on the end of your socket very carefully in order to remove them, or very carefully get your fingers in there and work it out and not drop it into the inside of the door. As you can see here, I've got the speaker out because the one that was right here fell into this rib over here. I kept shaking the door, and you know, the other one that was right here, luckily it fell straight down, but this one here, it fell into this rib, and so I'm shaking the door. I can't really hear it clicking around or anything, so I almost said screw it, but I decided to take the speaker out, which is a 7 millimeter bolt, and feel around here once I saw this rib, and there it was. So that's a handy tip there for if you're ever doing this. Alright, so here we are with the new mirror installed on the driver's side. It doesn't feel as robust as a true Ford part, but it'll do the job for now. As you can see, the fit and finish, well, maybe you can see it. The fit and finish isn't that great, but whatever. It was only like 35 bucks for the set, something like that. So, as you can see, maybe tell, I tried a heat gun to get the vapor barrier to stick back on, and it worked a little bit, but I'm gonna see if I can just order new ones online, because once you touch these, they're never right after. And even when you use tape and stuff on them, they just don't work right. So hopefully I can buy a new one, just rip this one off and replace it, because I'm trying to take care of this truck. I like this truck. It does have only, 35,000 miles. I'd like to not wreck it with, stupid shit like this. But yeah, now I'm gonna put this back together. I'm gonna do the other door and step by step show how it's done. So that will be its own video, but I'll include it in this one too. Alright, see you in a minute. So I was just about to start putting on the passenger side mirror. I opened the box and I noticed this on top. I'm like, oh, okay. The other one didn't come with one, did it? I look in the other box and there it is. So, completely missed installing that. Good job, Eric. Good job. This appears to go on the inside, and that's a sticker backing that has adhesive underneath to stick it in there, so ay ay ay. So now I gotta take that whole thing apart again, put the foam thingy in there, and put it back together. Yay! At least it'll go quicker this time because I'm not figuring it out as I go. Hello everyone and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how to remove a door panel and change the side mirror on a 1999 Ford Ranger. This one, as you can see, is equipped with manual windows and manual locks. The Rangers with the power locks may be different, as well as the ones with the door panels that have the side pockets in them, which this one does not have. What you're going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver, a deep socket with, if it's the original mirrors, a 12mm socket. You're really better off using a 1/4 inch as opposed to a 3/8, but this is all I have at hand. You need a Torx T20, a flathead screwdriver, and either a 7mm socket or a nut driver such as this one. The first step is to remove the door panel, which is held on by 2 screws, one here and one here, and it is essential that you do remove this one because there is a metal bracket right here going into the door itself. So you remove this one, you remove this one, you take your flathead screwdriver, you pop this up, and you gently pull on it and push it off to the side, and your Torx bit is right under there. You unscrew that, you remove your door handle, you lift up on the door panel, and, well, let me just show you. Okay, so I've taken my flathead, I've removed my Phillips head screws, I've taken my flathead screwdriver and I've popped this up, moved it off to the side. Now I've got my T20, I stick it in there, and, oh, one more thing, I do recommend that you have the window rolled down so that you can hold the new mirror on while you're installing it. So you have your window open, You break your screw loose and you now that you've got your screw loose and your handle removed, keep the plastic washer behind it and place it somewhere where you're not going to kick it into some unknown abyss where you're not going to find it and not be able to get your door back together, or even worse, your window up. Now what you do is, starting at the bottom, you just work your door panel off, and well, I'll show you what comes next. Well, that took less than 30 seconds to do. Just be careful that you don't break any of the tabs holding, you know, your door card to the door itself. And pull up and just, you know, work it a little bit. It pops off. Now, if you're still watching this and you have a Ranger with power windows and locks, right around here, I think, is where you're going to have to remove a switch pack. And as far as I know, that's what the only difference would be, but I've never done this on another Ranger. You are talking to an expert, though, because I just did the driver's side door twice a few minutes ago. And I will explain why I did it twice in a moment. So here, what I recommend you do based on my experience from earlier is your three 12mm nuts are located here, here, and here underneath this plastic. And the way that they're in there makes it very difficult for you to get your fingers around the nut itself while it's in there, as well as difficult for the socket to hold on to it when you're removing it once it's loose from the bolt. So they just drop down into the door pretty easily. And earlier I messed around with, on the other side, peeling back this moisture barrier, reaching in, and I was able to retrieve 2 of the 3 nuts that way. The other nut, there's a rib that goes across inside the door, and it landed inside of that, so when I was shaking the door I couldn't really even hear it. Where it had landed, though, was right behind the speaker, and if you just remove the speaker, it allows you to access anything that lands on that rib, as well as anything down here. So, as a precautionary measure, and just to save really a lot of time, I would recommend that you just remove your speaker. With the big magnet in the back, you can just basically hang it on the door itself, like I'm about to show you. See the big magnet? Just like that. And then when your nuts fall down, you can just reach down into the bottom of the door and retrieve them. Pretty cool, huh? I'm going to put my screws aside before I lose them, and then I'll be right back. I'm fortunate right now to have a box on my seat that has another modification that I'm going to be doing to this truck at some point. Probably not tonight because it's getting late and I have an hour drive home and I'm hungry. But it's in such a spot to where I can actually show you removing these nuts. Now, I may be lucky in this situation here with this first one that... Nope. Oh, there it goes. So, where did it go? Oh dear. I know what I'm doing, I swear. there it is. As you can see, it's got like a washer attached to it. Not sure how well the camera is focusing. I'm rusty at camera work. If you look at my channel, you can see that my videos are pretty sporadic. But you break it loose. I just do it this way for the... Okay, so this is the new mirror. As you can see, it's a non-power mirror, but it's the style of a power mirror. But they did actually make the Rangers and the Mazda pickups with this mirror. This is an aftermarket part, so it doesn't quite have the same fit and finish as a genuine Ford part, but it'll still do the job. Now, quick story as to why earlier I mentioned that I've done this twice on the other door. Well, when I opened the box for the other mirror, I didn't see that it came with one of these foam gaskets. So I just slapped the thing together. And noticed it didn't quite fit right, but I figured, oh, whatever, it's just, you know, a cheap aftermarket part, and it's maybe going to make a big difference, maybe not. But I realized when I opened this second box with the mirror I just showed you, that this was right on top, as well as these nuts. These nuts! And I'm not going to use these nuts. These are smaller, and, you know, these are fine. These are fine, so I'm just going to use these. Screw using the new nuts. But basically, with this, what you want to do is you want to get this backing off, and there's adhesive underneath. And then you want to, well, you want to remove these protective caps first, but then you just want to stick it on like this. Stick it on, well, remove this too. Stick it on, hold it, and bolt it in, which I don't need to show you. I find it's easiest to get the top bolt in first, and then, because you're going to drop it, and then get the get these other two in. Just a little quick tip there.